Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Unfiltered Sports here on the OG Network. My name is Shaq Mack. I'm your host, and I'm the owner of the Delaware Dogs. And so, I really want to just give a shout out to everybody for just tuning in, day after day, week after week, and just enjoying the show, enjoying life with me, because I really appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to adjust my camera as well. But, I really want to take this time today to really just talk that talk. We got a lot of good things happening within our organization. We got a lot of, you know, exciting things happening coming up. And I'm going to start with that, because I like to start with some good news and before I get to trash talking people, teams, and all that funny stuff. But we got our Lady Dogs. If y'all didn't know, we have a women's ABA team now called the Delaware Lady Dogs, and they will be starting their season on July 5th. So, it's really exciting to have that opportunity there to start basketball early this year. So, excuse me, again, July 5th will be the first ever basketball game for the Delaware Lady Dogs, and it's going to be very exciting, hopefully electrifying as well. Keeping up the same pace as the Dogs or whatnot. On a good note for the Dogs, though, we're keeping up that same pace as well. We have our main roster, but we have our development roster as well. Those who are like a part of the practice squad, they're going to practice with the team. They're going to do everything with the team, community service, you name it, they're doing with the team. But then they're going to play separate games from the actual main roster, so that way they can stay in shape when the guys are playing or whatnot. And they have their own schedule of basketball as well, but they have that opportunity to be called up to the main roster when the player gets hurt, when a player can't make a game. We have that quick call. Hey, coach, we need a center, we need a guard, whatever it may be. Call them up, send them right to the Dogs, play in that game or whatever it may be. So some good things happening there. We have a great staff. We have a director of scouts. We have a development head coach. We have a ladies head coach. We have our head coach and GM. We have a great team overall. We even have a director of media. Now, what I'm trying to do is get all four of them on Unfiltered Sports or Life After the Whistle together at the same time, because I think that'd be cool to have all four of them just, hear their story, hear them out, see where they're at and different things like that. And, how, they got connected with the team and just different things like that. And I think that's going to be awesome to show as well. Dog schedule, like the ladies' schedule is pretty much 10 games total, regular season, and then 2 games playoffs. But then we got the men's schedule, which will pick up. And then the men's schedule is October 17th all the way through until the end of February, early March or whatnot. And so that's when playoffs start, is in March, and then we kind of just take it from there. So just think about it, the opportunity to see Dogs basketball from July all the way through April. So that's pretty much 10 months out of the year. I think that's pretty good or whatnot. And then we just take it from there. But also can't forget about the opportunity for us to bring in a youth team and develop them and different things like that. And then we just take it from there. But I'm excited to see how we get all of that played out, and obviously bring more basketball and excitement to the YouTube channel as well. I'm really, really excited about that. But In other news, though, let's talk about how Philadelphia sports teams are just letting us down, except for one right now. And it's crazy because, again, how all Philly teams were doing very well. And the Eagles, they made the playoffs. They lost in the first round. Sixers, they were down 3-1 and turned around and came back and beat Boston. And then from there, um, they're losing to New York right now. So it's crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to go back and forth about that right now. But the Flyers, they're down 0-2. The Phillies, however, they fired somebody and then they brought in that new interim manager, whatever it may be. And then from there, they started winning games. They won 8 out of the last 9 games. So I'm just saying, I think it's crazy how, all of that works out. Um, but I'm just biased about Philly sports. So it is what it is at that point. Um, Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Um, we appreciate the likes, the subscribes, everything. We appreciate the support. But let's hear it in the chat about the NBA basketball playoffs and how it's playing out. How you feel about the Celtics losing to the Sixers. That's a good debate topic to talk about right there. And the other thing too is, how Jaylen Brown was fined $50,000 for going on live talking trash about the referees. I think that was crazy. I'm just saying. I'm eating beef jerky, by the way, so excuse me. But, it is what it is. You think that PG was the prime factor for the Sixers to win that game, Game 7? PG, I don't think PG is the X factor for the 76ers. I think that's VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. I think they are the X factors right now for the Sixers. Obviously, like Joel Embiid came back from his injury. He sacrificed his body, put a lot on the line for that game to help them win, in Game 7 and do everything that he did correct. But it was not enough rest time for Joel Embiid as he got into the next game and they lost by 39 points. I think that was just tremendous on their behalf or whatever it may be. The Sixers win against the Celtics was definitely a fluke. I don't think it was a fluke. I think it was destiny that was waiting to happen. But I do know that in the script, I seen the script, so I know is in the main script, excuse me, they got the Lakers winning the championship this year. I mean, I can see it written in the script for that way because, it's LeBron's most likely his last year playing basketball. We'll see, especially if Bryce gets drafted, he'll probably stay another year, play with both of his sons, and then go call it a career from there. Maxey is definitely a top ball player for the Sixers, and I say this because he was ranked 8th for the MVP running, and a lot of people that I've already, had this conversation with has said the same thing, that if Tyrese Maxey was playing at this caliber level but playing for a different team, he would be considered most likely the next face of the NBA. But because he's playing for the Sixers, people don't see him as an elite player. PG, he's old. You got to take prescriptions and different things like that to even stay around on the court, whatever it may be. It's his time to just call it a career. I think after this year, he just either need to call it a career or get used to sitting on the bench. the entire game, whatever it may be, but be able to mentor. I mean, look at what Aaron Rodgers is doing. He's mentoring quarterbacks and stuff like that. Look at the same thing that Brett Favre has done. Look at all of this. It's similar, and I'm calling it. I don't think PG is the X factor for the Sixers that they need. Not at all. Especially if they lose to the Villanova Knicks in this series. I think that it'll go to Game 7, but because it's going back to Madison Square Garden, I highly doubt that they're going to be able to compete at a high caliber level like that. I think that the next two games in Philadelphia goes to Philadelphia. Then it's going to be the Sixers beaten in Madison Square Garden. Sixers probably lose at home. And then it goes to Game 7 back in Madison Square Garden. It comes down to the wire. Obviously, the Knicks want it more. The Knicks take the win. And I think that the Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Who do I play against? It's a great question. 100%. I mean, I really don't know. It's up in the air. It's a hard decision to say who they're going to face in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, Sixers all the way. I like that, right? Because again, as a Philly fan, I want the Sixers to do very well. I want them to go all the way. I want them to, be like. I want Tyrese Maxey to do the same thing that Iverson did to Tyronn Lue, cross somebody over, make them fall, hit a 3-pointer over them, and then go from there. PG giving 15 points off the bench, okay, but that's not enough. Got to be more to it. We need defensive stops. We need, everybody to be involved. If PG can't do that, he's not an X factor. Just saying. Wolves over Spurs. No, I don't see it happening. Not at all. I really don't see it happening. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ant-Man's going to come back or whatever it may be, but you still got to look at the end of the day is that you're going to have to put that team you have to put that that team up against OKC. What are they going to do? Like so we're going to see what happens. But again, I think OKC goes back to the finals. I think that this is not the year for the New York Knicks, and that they don't make it to the finals this year. But if they do, I think that they will dethrone the defending champs in the finals. So that was one of my predictions was OKC versus New York in the finals. But we'll see. Wemby, all you got to do is keep him out of the paint. Alrighty. I mean, that's your opinion. Not going to argue with your opinion, but at the end of the day, like I said, I believe that the Spurs will beat the Timberwolves. It's just that they're playing good basketball right now. What are you going to do? Like, it's more to the Spurs than just Wemby, though. Like, just put it out there. It's more to that than just Wemby. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I hate what the organization did to Chris Paul. They did him dirty on his farewell tour and forced him to retire early. That was crazy. Like, in my opinion, I think that was just bad business. But it is what it is. I mean, how much cap space did they free up? How much cap space did they use up? It's a lot to ask with that. So we gonna see. Um, if you split on the road, that's the one for the Wolves. All right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. That is not just for the Wolves, it's for any team, really. Like, nobody expected the Sixers to beat Boston, but what happened? They beat Boston. I don't expect the Timberwolves to beat the Spurs, but could I be wrong? 100% I could be wrong. But let me pull this up real fast. I'm gonna pull up this playoff picture real fast. We're gonna break this down game by game right now. Alrighty, so we got hold up. Click on the bracket here. We pull up the up to date. All right, so the Thunder versus the Lakers. Chat, who y'all got for this game right there? The Thunder versus the Lakers. Right now, OKC is leading that series 1-0. And I believe there's another game tonight. My opinion, My opinion, I got the Thunder. Like I said, I got the Thunder, but I seen the script, so we know the Lakers is going to win. So it's crazy. And then I got the Spurs over the Timberwolves. That series is tied right now, 1-1. We flip over to um, so the Thunder. All right, yep, Thunder over the Lakers. I like that because LeBron is just trash, but that's he's just washed up at this point. But that's all right. Um, and then the Spurs and the Wolves. I got the Spurs winning that one over the Timberwolves. Um, that's just my opinion right there. But just put y'all thoughts in the chat. I want to keep seeing that chat light up. You know, see Thunder twice, and then let's look on the East Coast here. Right, we got Pistons versus the Cavaliers. The Pistons are up. Definitely think that the Pistons will most likely get upset by the Cavaliers. I think the Cavaliers will turn this one around. They will win it, and they will face off versus the Villanova Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Um, and I just think I just think that's going to be crazy. So, like, think about how, in my opinion, what I wanted to see was the Sixers versus the Knicks. The Sixers versus the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Sixers versus the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I wanted to see. And what did I get? Not even in the Eastern Conference Finals. I got it right before the Eastern Conference in the semifinals. So, like, don't get me wrong. I agree with that. The Sixers can upset the Knicks. But the thing is that when Joel Embiid gets in the game, everybody's just already looking to go at him. One, because he's hurt. Two, because everybody knows that the Sixers playbook is evolved around Joel Embiid. So they're going to double team him. They're going to do whatever they need to do to keep the ball out of his hands. Then what happens? It just throws the momentum off. It just throws the offense off. It just throws everything off. And then what happens? The Sixers lose by 40 points like they did in game one. And so you see what the Sixers can do without Joel Embiid on the court, where they lost by what, 6 points or so? Like, I think that's crazy. And that's actually, I like that take down there though. Sixers and Lakers in the finals, so the Sixers can get their payback. It kind of reminds me of what happened in 2018 when the Eagles played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and what happened? The Eagles got their lick back on Tom Brady. You might be speaking some good juju in the air over here, putting it out there like that could happen. Sixers come back, they down 2-0 right now. They come back and they win it. Then they play the winner out of the Cavaliers and Pistons. They win that. They go and face off against LeBron James and the Lakers, and then they get their lick back on them. But then if that it comes to fruition, right? Who does Tyrese Maxey cross over and make fall and hit that 3-pointer over and walk over like Iverson did? Could it be Luka? Could it be AR? Could it be LeBron or his son Bronny? Now that would be funny right there. You cross over LeBron, step over him, hit that 3, and then keep walking. Man, that would be played right next to the Iverson walk, step over on Tyronn Lue. Like, this is getting good here, getting really good here. Yeah. But speaking of the Cavaliers and LeBron James or whatnot, where do you see him going next year? Do you think he goes back to Cleveland? Hoping the Sixers can shut the doubters up. Hey, 100%. I'm all for it, right? But see, the thing is that that's what they live for. They live for the hate. They want people to hate on them. They want people to doubt them so they can prove them wrong. They said haters are their biggest motivators. We gonna see. We will see. But yeah, back to the LeBron thing too, right? Really fast is that I don't think he's going to re-sign a contract with the Lakers at all. I think they're just going to cut ties with him and let him go do his farewell tour somewhere else. And honestly speaking, I could see him ending up back in Cleveland. As much as he says he don't want to go back to Cleveland, I think that if Bryce enters the NBA draft and he gets drafted, I think he gets drafted to Cleveland. And then what's going to happen is they're going to send Bronny and LeBron over to Cleveland for James Harden, or whatever it may be. And they're going to have a dynamic squad over there in Cleveland, quote unquote. The flip side to that, though, what I've seen floating around social media, which I know it could be fake, is the Golden State Warriors somehow bring Klay Thompson back and Kevin Durant back. And then you turn around and you get LeBron James as well. But then you already got Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Like that could be a problem for the NBA next year if it was to happen. The only sad part is that Steve Kerr, he ain't coming back. So that's gonna be an issue trying to find a coach to man that. So it's gonna be it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think like that'd be a problem just to say. I mean, Ben, of course you would like the sound of that because you're a Golden State fan, but who you gonna have coach them? Let's talk about that. Because Steve Kerr not coming back. He retiring. So if you do get Steph Curry to stay, Draymond to stay, Klay Thompson to come back, Kevin Durant to come back, and then you turn around and get LeBron as well, man, that might be a problem. But if it's considered a problem for the NBA, what will be their record and will they win an NBA Finals with that record and with that team? That's the question. Another thing that I've seen too with LeBron James is that they're trying to get him to come to Philly and play one season with Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and VJ. Could it happen? Possibly. Do I see it happening? Probably not. So again, let's hear your thoughts on that. I got a Golden State Warriors fan in the chat here, but he's just challenged. So do it really matter on what he's actually talking about? Because at the end of the day, though, right? LeBron LeBron is not the same person he was, so you can't really rely on him too much. So it is what it is. I'm not even a LeBron fan like that, but why would it be a big mistake? Why? Could LeBron be that piece that Philly needs to get them to the finals to win a championship? I already know LeBron wants to stay in California. He doesn't want to go nowhere else. But the thing is that will he stay with LA Lakers? Will he go to the Clippers? Will he go to Golden State? Like, let's put that out there. Again, thank you to everybody that's tuning into the chat. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. We really appreciate that. I hope everybody's having a blessed day, by the way. Um, Ben, you kind of quiet though. I'm waiting for your take to come through the screen. Because I want to know what you think Golden State's record will be if they pick up Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson one last time and bring in LeBron James. I want to hear that. That's going to be interesting to know what their record's going to be, how well they're going to do if they win the finals or not. Tiffany, are you a LeBron fan? No, we want him on the Warriors because we will be unstoppable. I said we will be unstoppable, Shaq. Unstoppable. That's funny. Listen, you know what, Charles? Man, much respect to you, right? Atlanta Hawks. I got nothing against the Atlanta Hawks, right? The reason I say this is because my favorite player drafted out of Atlanta to the Philadelphia 76ers, straight out of high school, left the Sixers, played for the Hawks, and did phenomenal. Huge shout out to my man's Lou Williams. Huge Lou Williams fan. I am a huge Lou Williams fan. He is one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. Oh, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties there. Thank you for being patient with me. But again, I'm a huge Lou Williams fan. Followed him from when he got drafted by the Sixers. Y'all do need a center. Needless to say, it is what it is. But I think y'all get there. It's just going to be taking a lot of patience, a lot of moving parts, and networking with other teams to get the right center that you guys need. Um, if you don't mind me asking, Tiffany, why are you a LeBron fan? I'm always just eager to hear why people like certain players. And you know, it's crazy though. Scroll down. He's he's a right player. I mean, he's a decent player. Yeah, that's not wrong. I mean, but when we talk about, and this is where I like to throw other players into the mix of this too, right? Because we talk about the greatest of all time conversation. I don't think LeBron James should be thrown in that conversation. And hear me out when I say this, right? Because you look at Kobe, who won championships with one team, didn't have to jump from team to team to team to team in order to get a championship for his home team or whatever it may be. You look at Michael Jordan, who won 6 rings with one team. He didn't need to jump from team to team to team to win the ring. Yeah, he got traded from the Chicago Bulls to the Wizards in his last season of playing basketball. It is what it is. But hear me out. Hear me out. Bill Russell. Nobody talks about Bill Russell. Why? Bill Russell won how many NBA finals? He won 11 out of 13. 11 out of 13. So why are we not talking about Bill Russell in this conversation? If there was 3 people that I had to pick to be in that greatest of all time conversation, is Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant. It's simple. If you really pay attention to LeBron's game, Good luck with volleyball. I hope it goes well. I used to play volleyball and I used to coach volleyball too, so I understand. But if you really look at LeBron's game, LeBron James, in the heat of the moments, will give up the open shot sometimes to pad his own stats. Just think, oh, I'm open for the three, but then I got Luka wide open. Let me dish that pass out. Let me pad my stats. And this is why stats look the way it does, is because he's doing this on purpose. LeBron is not an outstanding. He's a good player. I'll give him that. He's a good player, but nothing more. Outstanding is definitely stretching it. Outstanding is overstretching it. We talk about Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all right here. LeBron James is like way under here, like he's down below. Like, I mean, if you really look at it, Michael Jordan has done it 6 out of 6 times, 100%. He's 100% when it comes to NBA Finals. Obviously, Bill Russell won 11 out of 13, and I don't even remember how many Kobe won. Let me double check that because I don't want to give y'all no wrong facts. But he won 5. And how many times did he lose? 2. So he's 5 for 7. So let's look at the percentage wise here. So Bill Russell. So Jordan was 100%. Bill Russell was 84.84. So 84.6%. And then you look at Kobe, which is 71.4. So if we round that, it'll be Kobe at 71%, Bill Russell at 85%, and Jordan at 100. And that's how, technically, when you look at it, it should be in the order: Jordan, Bill Russell, Kobe. But again, it's a mentality thing. It's an era thing. Like, you got to look at all of that. Bronny is garbage. Straight garbage. Seriously, straight garbage. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Like, if you like Bronny James, you smoking something. Hands down. But y'all need to be on the lookout this summer for those Lady Dogs and for the Delaware Dogs as well, because there's going to be a lot of great things happening. We got, community service games coming up May 15th. Then we got, a mental health game that's going to be coming up in August at some point. Still working out the details for that one as well. Needless to say, though, when we look at other sports too, like hockey, Flyers, you got to get it together. You got to turn around and you got to jump up and do better than that. But I'm going to give you your time back, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Unfiltered Sports here on the OG Network. I'm your host, the owner of the Delaware Dog, Shaq Mack. I appreciate each and every one of you for constantly joining in, showing love and support. So until next time, guys, I'll see you guys on Life After the Whistle. You guys stay classy, stay blessed, and let's go Dogs.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.